Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Shadowrun Hong Kong. We're continuing our thorough run here, so let's talk to Duncan and the rest of the team. I'm going to exercise a bit. Good. Don't have any long dialogue with Gunshow. Let's see if ISO... I don't know if ISO's going to tell us anything because we're supposed to be doing that job for her. Isobel's avatar flickers onto the screen. You haven't accepted the job offer I sent you. Is there a problem? No problem. I just haven't gotten around to reading it yet. Yeah. Oh, well in that case, please read it soon. I really think that this job is a good idea and it won't have any noticeable impact on the work that we're doing for Kindly Chang. It's a win-win scenario for us. We just need to go do it. So anyway, you're back. What can I do for you? Nice avatar. We've done these ones before. We'll see if she has any thoughts on the last run. We did take her, didn't we? She shakes her head. Nope, sorry. Jacking into the octopus is how I relax after a long day of work. Some people go to sports bars or strip clubs. I do this. Oh, yeah, we've done this one before too. Alright. So we're done with that. Let's see if Gobbet has anything new to say. Gobbet looks up from her hot plate at the sound of your approach, and a smile creases her face. She raises her eyebrows and gestures at the cabin around you. You know, the bolt hole has been really shaping up over the past few days. With all the work that we've been putting into her, she's starting to feel like a real home. Anyway, enough about the boat. She puts her hands on her hips, sending madness scurrying. Ready for your next lesson? Or did you just want to chat? Any thoughts about the last run? Gobbet positively vibrates with excitement, clapping her hands together with a huge grin. That was awesome. Think about it. We broke into some rich jerk's manor house, stole his artifacts so they could go to a museum, and we fought mummies. If that's not the plot of a Trid blockbuster, I don't know what is. I'm not sure what I think about that mummy's trinket. I never had a dead person owe me a favor before. I'm not even sure how that works. Be careful when you use that trinket. As long as he does what we tell him to, that's pretty awesome. But if the Trids taught me anything, it's that mummies are always waiting for an excuse to run around cursing everybody. So what else did you chat about? Or do you want to chat about? Is it too late to change the name of the boat? Afraid so, Seattle. Everyone's gotten pretty attached to it. We all like the bolt hole just fine as she is. Besides, I've already painted her name on the side of the hull. Alright, just checking. Good. Now that we got that out of the way, is there anything else that you need? Yep. Let's get our next lesson. Yeah? She smiles. That's good. I was hoping that you want to keep going with this. It's good for you, and I'm kind of enjoying it too. Gobbet runs a hand through the knotted ropes of her hair, a contemplative look on her face. A moment later, she turns her attention back to you. Alright. It's going to be another long story, so I'm thinking we should take it in chunks. If you got any questions, you can ask them along the way, and if you need to take a break, we can come back to it. Sound good? Sure, sounds good. Good. So last time I told you about the event that brought an end to my illustrious career as a subcontractor. This time, I'm going to tell you about a run that I went on with my regular team. Was this when you started running with ISO? No, this was long before Iz hit the streets as a runner. We were friends and everything, but she was still learning to deck back then. She was good for her age, but she wasn't ready for prime time. You don't know anyone from the group that I'm talking about. They're all gone now anyway. Excuse me. Wait, you lost 3 other teams before you hooked up with me? Yeah, I did. Thanks for rubbing it in. The words are rueful, but her tone is soft. Sorry. Don't worry about it, I'm fine. When you run the shadows, losing people is an occupational hazard. She offers you a lopsided smile. As shadowrunners, we're disposable assets. Shouldn't come as a surprise when we get used up and tossed away. It was the same way in the Barrens. Here today, gone tomorrow. Yeah, you know how it is. People die, and it's sad, but there's no sense moping about it. So tell me about the team that you were running with. Sure. She extends a hand so she can count off teammates on her fingers. Madness scurries down her sleeve and perches on her forearm. Our muscle was a Hawaiian Jew with poor impulse control. Big round guy with lumberjack arms and ringlets in his hair. He called himself Hanu. I guess that he loved turtles? I don't know. Street names are weird. We had a tech specialist, Egret. She was tall, gawky, dyed her hair bone white. She had a drone named Arlo that followed her around like a lost puppy. She was kind of a jack of all trades, but she could get the job done. Fun at parties, too. Our de facto team leader was a guy named Sui. He was a wiry troll, if you can imagine that. Probably about 2% body fat, all skin and bones. Walked with a hunch to make himself look smaller. He was a shaman. Followed Rat like me. Sounds like an interesting group of people. It was. But then everyone I've worked with has been interesting in his or her own way. As a rule, shadowrunning isn't a profession that attracts boring people. How'd you meet this group of yours? Through mutual friends. We actually all lived together before we decided running as a team. There was this floating squatters commune out in Hung Hom Bay. It's probably still out there, actually. I haven't been back in a long time. But I spent a few years living on the thing, and the rest of the team lived there with me. Squatters commune. Or commune. She nods. Yep, we called it the sinking ship. It was like an enormous raft, all bolted together from old shipping containers. It wasn't the most comfortable place I've ever lived, but the price was right and the company was good. Okay, I think I've got a grasp of the team dynamic. Actually, I'd like to hear more about the sinking ship. Let's hold off on that for a little bit, okay? I'd like to get through the rest of this story before we spend any more time on the raft. After your lesson's over, I'll tell you whatever you want to know about the commune, but for now I'd rather not get sidetracked. Okay? Let's go ahead and... I've got a grasp on the team dynamic, so let's keep going. She nods. Alright, moving on. So one day, Sui brought us a job. He met a client in Victoria Harbor Bar, a rich Eastern Tiger exec. The guy wanted us to steal something for him, a shiny object. She raises her hands. I know, it's stupid, right? But that was how the Johnson described it to us. The shiny object. That was what he wanted us to get, and he never gave it any other name. Seriously? A rat shaman hired to steal a shiny object? Yeah, you can see how the gig would be hard for us to resist. Anyway, the client told us what to look for. He described it as a chunk of red jade about the size and shape of an ostrich egg, with a mirror-polished surface and gold wire inlays. He said that it'd have paper charms hanging off it, foo talismans, Taoist sorcery stuff. We weren't supposed to touch those. The client told us about the shiny object's then owner, an old hedge wizard turned entrepreneur named Kong Julian. Hedge wizard. She nods. He had the whole wise old sage thing going on. He had the robes, little hat, the kind smile. Oh, and the piece de resistance, a long wispy beard. He was mean as a snake, though. Had a rep to prove it. Intel said that the old man, Zhou Yang, was keeping the shiny object in one of his warehouses. He had a bunch of them. He'd built himself a nice little empire selling magical paraphernalia through puppet vendors in the Yaomete night market. Supposedly, a good fifth of the stalls in that place were on his payroll. Yeah? What kind of magical paraphernalia are we talking about? She begins counting off examples on her fingers. Pickled regents and mason jars, hermetic scrolls and charms, relic looted from Buddhist temples, crates from old Balinese Ragna mask, and fist-sized stones from a great dragon's kidney. He sold it all. How he got his hands on it in the first place is anyone's guess. Well, I get the picture. Good. Thought you might. We cased the warehouse for a couple of nights before the run, and we were pretty sure that he was keeping our payday in the vault area at the very back of the building. But the old man had enough triad protection that we'd have to be sneaky to get there. Sui was the one who came up with the plan. We'd split up outside and enter the warehouse in 2 teams. Team A would create a diversion, Team B would hit the vault while security was looking the other way. We'd grab our payday, regroup, and get the hell out of there. Seems straightforward enough. How'd it work out? Surprisingly well, up to a point. Team A, Hanu and Egret, circled around to the loading dock just like we planned. Sui and I waited by the service entrance. We didn't have to wait long. A couple of minutes in, we heard this ungodly crash. Then another and another. As it turns out, Egret had rigged into his network of automated forklifts She had 6 of them running amok in the loading dock, chasing down workers and crashing themselves in anything marked fragile. The next time we're on a run with a loading dock, remind me about the forklift trick. It's awesome, right? A dreamy smile spreads across her face. Egret really outdid herself. I wish I could have been there to see it. Egret's distraction did what it was supposed to. As Sui and I watched, most of the Triad guys at the service entrance abandoned their post and went hauling off towards the loading dock. A couple of guys with baseball bats stayed back, but we handled them easily enough. We slipped inside and make a beeline for the back of the warehouse where the shiny object was supposed to be. And did you find it there? Yeah, actually, it was there, just like we thought it'd be. The door was open and everything. The shiny object was sitting there in a teak cradle, gleaming with reflected light. Just like the client had said, it had a ring of Taoist talismans hanging off of it like a grass skirt, the paper all crinkled with age. We didn't waste any time. I reached in and grabbed the thing. It felt strange through my gloves. The jade sort of, pulsed, as if it had a heartbeat. That sounds ominous. Yeah, tell me about it. I wanted to drop the thing, but it was our payday, so I slipped it in my satchel instead. I couldn't get the flap closed quickly enough. The package being secure, Sui and I went to hightail it out there, and that's when things went to dreck. Did the shiny object do something unpredictable? No, not the shiny object. Old man Juyan. He was standing there, right in front of us, larger than life. I'm guessing that when he heard the commotion in the loading dock, he'd come running, well, waddling, to make sure that his treasure was safe. As it turns out, it wasn't, because I'd already stolen the thing. He looked displeased. What'd you do? What do you think we did? We had our backs to a wall. We lit the old bastard up. It was pretty epic, truth be told. Spirits were summoned, spells were discharged, the vault doors sealed behind him like something out of a movie. At one point, the old man leapt onto Sui's back and tried to bite his ear off. I won't bore you with the play-by-play of how the fight went down. In the end, we crushed him. Unfortunately, the fighting had caused some collateral damage. At some point during our showdown, the control panel for the vault door must have eaten an arc of lightning or a blast of a power ball. It was toast, all black and melted, and neither of us could fix it. So you were trapped in the vault? Yeah, that's about the size of it. And it was only a matter of time before the old man's remaining security guys found us in there. There was still one way out, a ventilation duct up high in the rafters, but it was too small for Sui to fit through. He was a troll after all. I had the shiny object, but if I left him there and security got to him, well, you do the math. So here's the conundrum. I've got our payday in my satchel. The team is split. It's inevitable that more Triad 49ers are going to find us, but we don't know when or how many. Egret and Hano are holding their own in the loading dock, for now. I can stay with Sui and help fight off the inevitable wave of Triad 49ers, but we'll be badly outmatched. Like, badly. The odds of survival won't look good for either of us. If Egret weren't pinned down in the loading dock, she could probably get the vault door open, but in order to get her, I'll have to leave Sui alone in the vault. If Zhu Yang's reinforcements find Sui before I get back with Egret, well, she uses her thumb to draw a line across her neck. So, that's the scenario, Seattle. Not a lot to work with, I know. Now tell me, what should I do? Well. Let's go with this. Take the gamble and go for Egret. It's the plan with the best chance of success. Could have done that, I guess. It might have worked. Of course, it could have gotten Sui gunned down in a vault too, but in retrospect, that wouldn't have been a huge loss. Anyway, that wasn't what I did. I saw with what I thought could be a way to save the day, so I went ahead and took it. I fished the shiny object out of my bag. I still remember how the Taoist talismans that ringed the thing crinkled in my hands. I remember shrugging, saying, "The hell with it." I put the thing in Sui's bare hands and told him to go nuts. It was almost like Sui had been waiting for me to pass him the thing. He seemed eager to take it. He hugged that chunk of rock to his chest like a newborn baby. Color swam in the stone and something changed in his eyes. Then the old man's 49ers breached the door, and Sui unleashed hell. She pauses, frowning, stops scratching falling, and uses her hand to rub her eyes. Finally, she turns back to you, and a sour look pinches her features. What went down in that room? Well, I've only seen that kind of carnage a couple of times in my life, and I've been running the shadows for years. Those triad men were torn to scraps by the end of it. Don't think I'll ever forget the sounds that they made. She clears her throat. I spent most of the fight huddled up in the corner for my own safety. What Sui let loose from that stone didn't seem terribly interested in discriminating between friend and foe. What do you mean by that? Did he summon hostile spirits or something? Something like that. Truth be told, I don't know what they were. Like I said, I was hiding, but he couldn't have done it without the shiny object. Not in a million years. Whatever they were, the rock brought them here. So what happened then? She shrugs. We waited for things to calm down in the vault and for the things to go slithering away. I think that Sui had some limited control over them, which is why they didn't eat us. After they were gone, Sui gave me the shiny object back, I put it in my satchel, and we bailed. We collected the others on the way out. They were blissfully ignorant of what happened on the other side of the warehouse, and I didn't see a reason to change that. We hightailed it back to the docks and caught the the first boat back to the sinking ship. Mission accomplished. Gobbet looks away again and stares off into space. From what I'm told, people still avoid that warehouse like the plague. It's supposed to be haunted even to this day. People who set foot in the building keep turning up dead. Pretty sure I'm one of the only living people who knows why. Abruptly, her body language changes. Anyway, that's it. Lesson's over. If you got any questions, go ahead. Gobbet, was there a point to this story? I'm trying to find a moral here. That was when I started telling it. I thought I was going to tell you to be comfortable, or there was when I was starting to tell it. I thought I was going to tell you to be comfortable with breaking the rules. I don't think I'm going to say that now, though. I'm not feeling it anymore. Why not? At least your team made it out of this run alive. Yeah, they didn't stay that way for long. Well, let's leave that for next time, huh? I don't want to get into it just now. So now can you tell me about the sinking ship? Yeah, sure. The story's over, so we can get into it. I moved onto the sinking ship when I was just a kid. I think I was 12, maybe 13 years old at the time. In the beginning, it was just me and a couple of rat shaman friends, Cadmus and Malvina. They were older, but they were always cool to me. Is it typical for groups of rat shamans to congregate like that? Not terribly, no. I mean, we have lodges, same as any other group of shamans. You can usually find a few of us hanging out in those. I guess that there was just something special about our little group, or maybe about the sinking ship. We liked it. We felt at home there. Didn't hurt that the sinking ship was well stocked and provisioned when we found it, either. And don't look at me like that. It was abandoned when we took it. Abandoned? There's a team of Shadowrunners that had lived on the thing before us, but they bid it on a job. Cat and Mal heard the knock of opportunity, and they claimed the raft in record time. Taking over the sinking ship was an easy job, mind you. Previous owners had installed traps and automated defenses all over the raft. Cat had his hands full with those for a month. What kind of traps are we talking about? She shrugs. The usual stuff. Explosives, pop turrets, that kind of thing. Cat and his sister Yasmin took care of most of it without too much trouble. The biggest problems were the scuttling charges. The runners who built the raft had installed these explosives all along the perimeter that ripped the bottom out of the thing if we were seized by police. The explosives were tricky to deal with. Cad was able to disarm them, but he had to leave them where they were. It's always just slightly uncomfortable knowing that I was sleeping on top of a couple 100 pounds of dormant explosives. Yeah, I can't blame you there. She shrugs. Hey, like I said, it was free. There weren't really even any rules to follow, which suited me fine. Malvina was sort of a leader of our little nest, but we never really listened to her. She was always trying to play the mom card, instill a sense of responsibility into us. It was cute. She did have a propensity for getting things done, though. I have to give her that. Anyway, after a few months, other people started showing up. Squatters, homeless people, Shadowrunners, and assorted crazies. As long as they stayed cool with us, we were cool to them. Eventually, it became a community. Imagine that. Think you wound up squatting on the bolt hole because of your time on the sinking ship? I don't know. Maybe. Never really thought about it before, but yeah, maybe. Corner of her mouth curls upward. I guess that I'm a water rat now. Let's take a break and come back to this later. Alright, I guess we are done. Not sure. Hey, Seattle, I'm sorry that this lesson wound up getting a little unfocused at the end. I'm not really sure what came over me. It's cool, or actually, it happens to the best of us. Well, I still feel bad about it. So look, I'll make you a deal. Your next lesson will definitely be on point, but I'll tell you what it's about up front. No more question and answer sessions. How does that sound? Fine by me, Gobbet. We'll catch you next time. She waves. Next time. Alrighty. That was an interesting little story. Now, we have the option of getting some sleep. And I hope this doesn't, like, move things along, because I would like to try and do as many jobs as possible. But, let's see. Get some rest. You wake with a start. Once again, you're tangled in your sheets, drenched in sweat, and your throat feels like it's on fire. You can't remember what your dreams were about, not precisely, but again you feel that yearning sensation, the emptiness in your gut and in your chest. Your head throbbing, you heave yourself out of bed. Fun. Now, let's see maybe if someone's dialogue options have changed. Duncan? Nope. I'm just gonna check here real quick. If everything's like normal, then we're gonna go ahead and get onto a job. Yep, we're good. So, now we have an option of which job that we need to take. So, let's head to the mission computer and see what exactly we're going to do. We have 0 unread messages, so let's open the jobs directory. Look at all these jobs. Attending a party, urgent task, restaurant, job, geomantic sabotage. Let me reread this one again real quick. Wuxing Incorporated of large-scale key manipulation here in the free enterprise zone. Channel key. Well, I don't know if we really want to do this one. Well, you know what? We want to go for as much as we can, so let's go ahead and take the run. To just, you know, mess up the good key from this corporation. Good. Contact me when you finish the job, and I'll send you your cut of the payment. Cool. So we will go ahead and get that done. And we're just going to go down the line, you know what I mean? Travel to the Sky Tower to damage Wuxing Incorporated's feng shui. Now, let's go ahead and head over to Spider Chen and see if we can get some new gear. Hello, Spider. How you doing? Let's see what you got here. Because we've got... How much money we got? We've got 4,678. And what can we sell? We got some Secure Adept clothing. And no, we are not selling the Mummy Spirit Talisman. We are going to go ahead and sell our basic old equipment. And let's go ahead and sell this flashbang grenade. We'll sell the Bliss. And let's go ahead and sell the Spiked Fist, because we're going to upgrade that at least. So that'll give us 287. And now that'll give us... Let's go through weapons here. Punching Dagger. There's the Spiked Fist. That's the original. So this is 1,250. Moderate bleeding to target on impact with damage to your of your strength +2. May do AP damage, which is cool. Outfits. Kunai Ninja Suit. Let's grab that. And key casting. Here's where the money is going to be spent. Nerve Strike. We don't want Nerve Strike. What about... Let's get Martial Defense. The Adept gains a light cover bonus against incoming attacks for 4 rounds, because that's definitely going to come in handy. That gives us 1,965 to go. And Stride, no. So, passive. The adept has +1 armor. Interesting. We can go ahead and grab that if we want. Counter-strike. The adept ends their turn but will counterattack with their current weapon when attacked. Maximum of 3 counterattacks per turn. And that's 1 AP, cooldown of 2. I'm not sure if we're going to use counter-strike. That is a very nice spell, though. Let's go... Oh, required key casting of 6. Key casting of 5. I see. Okay. Well, that we can't really get any of that yet. Quick strike. Okay. I'm glad that I looked at that beforehand. Let's go ahead and get the quick strike. That's the key casting of 4. We know what we got to upgrade before we get anything more. Do we want to go ahead and get nerf strike too? Slows the target and reduces aim. I don't think I'm ever really going to use that, to tell you the truth. But yeah, let's go ahead and save. I doubt I'm going to use that anytime soon. Physical adept stride. Adept's movement is increased by 2. Movement increased by a further 2 for 3 rounds. Well, I mean, it increases the movement by 2. Let's go ahead and save up on that. We've already spent quite a bit of money. So we will confirm. And we also have stuff to sell, which is good. So we have the punching dagger. Let's go ahead and upgrade our outfit. And is there anything here that we can sell from the, like, the team? I don't think so, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and confirm. See what I look like in a ninja costume. Or a ninja uniform, rather. Come on now. Turn away, Shen. I'm changing. Yeah, I guess that's going to have to go ahead and work. I'm not a big fan of it, but let's go ahead and sell. Sell, sell, sell. Street monk outfit. Wait a minute, what did you have again? Street brawler set. A secure tech vest alleviates his armor while still mobility for streetwear use. I didn't see that. And that's 4. Wait, what do I... Street monk outfit. How much is the... Hold on a second. How much armor does my ninja uniform give? Because I might have just wasted some money. Armor 6. Ah. Okay, never mind. So that is definitely the better option. Okay, cool deal. Well, look at us. We are all assassined up and ready to go. Now, in the next episode, guys, we are going to go ahead and head to Wujing and disrupt some feng shui. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, go ahead and click like down below. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. That'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.